Hey guys, this recording is for October 27th, and it is for my second and third block Foundations of Algebra class. You guys should get a sheet to go in your interactive notebook that looks like this. It says using substitution problems, perimeter, and ages, and my classes should put it on page 107. Please leave 106 blank. First off, you're going to use cubes to break down these word problems. You're going to write all the equivalent equations, substitute all equivalent equations until there is only one variable left, and you're going to solve for all the variables. Okay, all of these involve perimeter, or a couple of them involve perimeter. So I need you guys to remember some things about perimeter. Remember, when we're talking about perimeter, you've got width, length. So perimeter is always going to be equal to 2 times the length, because you add all the sides up, and 2 times the width. All right, so that's something you need to keep in the back of your mind when we're doing these. Okay, so the length of a rectangle is 3 times the width. All right, so the length is, just like we were translating, 3 times the width. All right, the perimeter is equal to 96 centimeters.
You saw we got the chairs out of here last night.
All right, so here's what we know. We know, just like all of our rectangles, we got length, width. Okay, so here's what we know. We know that the length of this one is equal to 3 times the width. So everywhere there's an L, we're actually going to put 3W on these guys. Okay, so if my perimeter is equal to all of this stuff added up, okay, remember, perimeter equals 2 times the length. Okay, well, what is the length now? It is now 3W plus 2 times the width, which is just W on this one. All right, so here's what I want you to do. 96 is the perimeter. That is equal to 2 times the length, plus 2 times the width. All right, we are going to go over on page 106, or the blank page that's next to this, the blank left-hand page. All right, and I already wrote it here for you, because now what we got to do is we actually got to solve the problem. All right, so remember, 2 times the length plus 2 times the width equals 96. So we got to start solving this problem. So let's just do some math. 6W plus 2W equals 96. 6W plus 2W is 8W equals 96. Divide both sides by 8, and we get W equals 12. Okay, the question said, what are the dimensions, or find the width and the length? Well, we know the width, okay, so let's go back. If the width is 12, we had already agreed that the length is equal to 3 times the width, right? So the length will be equal to 3 times 12. So the length is 36. Now let's make sure we're using some right measurements here. So it looks like we need to say that the width is 12 centimeters and the length is 36 centimeters. That is the answer to this problem. Okay, so you're going to write this over on the left-hand side, because you didn't have room really to answer it over on the right-hand side. All right, let's go back. Oops. Now we're going to go to B. The width of a rectangle is 5 less than the length. So this time I read width of a rectangle is 5 less than the length. So the length minus 5. Remember, that's a switch term. So the order changes. 5 less than the length. Okay, so just like a few minutes ago, all right, you know that perimeter is equal to 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Well, they're telling us that the perimeter is 186 feet. And that's equal to 2 times the length, which we know the length is just L, plus 2 times the width. Well, we just decided the width is actually now L minus 5. Okay, and so this is the one we want to use because all I got now is L's, and I can solve for them. All right, I don't want to try to solve it when there's L's and W's. So on your page 106, you're going to copy this. And I know you might have to pause it if I'm going too fast, but 2 times the width, that's what the L minus 5 stands for, plus 2 times the length equals 186. That's the perimeter. So let's just start doing the math. 2L minus 10 plus 2L equals 186. 2L plus 2L is 4L minus 10 equals 186. Keep solving this. I'm going to add 10. And I'm going to get 4L equals 196. I'm going to divide by 4. I'm going to get the length is equal to 49. 49 what were they using? Feet. All right, so if the length is 49 feet, and if I go back and look, my width is equal to the length minus 5. So the length, we know it's 49 now, minus 5. So my width is 44 feet. All right, so to answer my question nice and neatly so I don't mess this up, length is 49 feet. Width is 44 feet. That is the answer to the second one. Let's go back to the third one. These are going to talk about ages. Okay, and honestly, the only way I know how to deal with this kind of stuff is you got to come up with a way to, and you just got to write everything down that you read. Okay, so if you read these, Sam, okay, so we got Sam is 8 years older than his brother Will. Mark is twice as old as his son Sam. The sum of their ages is 68. How old is everyone? Okay, so here's what I like to do for myself. Okay, it looks like I got 3 people and I need to know how old they are. We got Sam. We got Will. And we got Mark. All right. Sorry, that's not great writing, but there we go. All right. So Sam. All right, what do I know about Sam's age? Sam is 8 years older than his brother Will. Okay. So here is what I know. Sam is equal to whatever Will is plus 8. I don't know what Will is. We'll figure it out. Mark is twice as old as his son Sam. So that's 2 times whatever Sam is. All right. And the sum of their ages.
There is a silver Nissan.
Okay, so here's what we know. Will, we don't know what Will's age is. We'll just say Will equals Will's age. Sam is equal to Will plus 8. And Mark is equal to twice Sam. And we'll call, and S is Sam's age. All right. Here's what they say. They say if we add them all up, the sum of all their ages is 68. So if we take Sam plus Will plus Mark, it will equal 68. Okay. So here is where I got to use these things I wrote over here to figure this out. Because, look, I got 3 different variables, S, W, and M. I can't solve for something with 3 different things. Okay, so S, I can substitute, because S I know is W plus 8. Well, W can just say W right now, because we don't know any other way to write his. Plus, Mark is 2 times S. Okay, well, let's think about this. If it's 2 times S, and I know that S is W plus 8, I now have all W's. Okay, because this was S. And all of that is equal when I add it up to 68. So the nice thing I've done now is everything is in with respect to S. With respect to W. I don't have anything but W's now. And if I have all W's, I can solve it. So let's go over here to page 106. All right, so I need you to understand where I came up with this. And actually, I need to change this number. But here's where I came up with this. W plus, I'm copying the one from the front page, plus W plus 8 plus 2 times W plus 8 equals 68. So here's what I did. Will, that's Will, plus Sam, plus Mark, this was Mark's, equals 68. Okay, so what I did was, here was my math. W plus 8 plus 2W plus 16. So a W plus a W plus a 2W is 4W. That's where I came up with that. 8 plus 16 is supposed to be plus 24 equals. Stop that. Why is it doing that? Stop. 24 equals 68. Okay, so this is what I'm working with now to solve, because now I can solve this for W. All right. So if I subtract 24, I get 4W equals 44. If I divide by 4, I will get W equals 11. Okay, so what did we just figure out? We just figured out that Will is 11 years old. Okay, so if I go back to the other stuff, I said that Sam was equal to Will plus 8. Well, I now know that Will is 11. So 11 plus 8 means Sam is 19. And then the last one was Mark. Mark is equal to 2 times Sam. I now know Sam is 19. So Mark is equal to 2 times 19 is 38. All right, so we know everybody, and let's hope this works, because it says if I add Will plus Sam plus Mark, they're all supposed to add up to 68, do they? Yes. Will, Sam, Mark.